And now, 6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter.
For the second week in a row, we are starting off the Dean Trailways 5th quarter with a highly anticipated matchup between Michigan and Michigan State. Tonight, it was on the ice. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ian Kress.
And I'm Kara Adams. Tonight marked the first time in the historic rivalry between the Spartans and the Wolverines that they met in a top 2 matchup.
That's right, and both teams came into this game in a 6-game winning streak. In the first period, a quick shot by Porter Martone is going to be deflected in by Charlie Stramel. Spartans strike first, but Michigan would even things up before the intermission. Off the draw, the shot is tipped in by Nick Moldenhauer, and we're all even after the first 20 minutes. Second period, MSU's Shane Van Sage carries into the zone, puts it into the back of the net. Spartans go back in front. Just 2.5 minutes later, Owen West passes to Stramel and relocates, and West 1 times at home, so MSU goes up 3-1 after 2 periods. Under 10 minutes to go in the game. Michigan on the penalty kill has a great chance. Aiden Park finds Asher Barnett in front of the net for a goal. Wolverines within 1. Then Keenan Draper has some space, carries it forward. His wrist shot lights the lamp to tie the game at 3 apiece. We would head to overtime. Michigan on the power play. Jaden Perron nets the one-timer to win it. Michigan wins 4-3 in overtime. Our Tyler Driesinga has more on a dramatic comeback from Yost Ice Arena.
Michigan State had not lost a game all season that it led heading into the third period, but clutch third period goals and a crucial penalty in overtime paved the way for the Wolverines to change that on Friday night and for Jaden Perron to play the hero. The Wolverines say that third period in overtime was as loud as they've ever heard this building, and given the rankings and all that's at stake, they gave the home fans a finish they may never forget.
I think Husey scoring with .01 seconds left was pretty wild at LCA a few years ago, but I've never heard Yost that loud. And the games that come to mind are the Ohio State game, I think it was in 23 in the semis, was pretty loud, and then the Notre Dame game my first year as an assistant. But you know, how unbelievable would it be, and that's what we're fighting for, to play as many games at Yost and get a finals game at Yost in the Big Ten tournament. We have a lot of work to do. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but this place is special. You know, we're not in that position without the full team, and everyone played amazing today, and especially in that third, we kind of took over, and yeah, it felt great to get that goal at the end.
And that's just something that we're going to look back on when we get to playoffs. That this team can do anything. Coming back down 2 in the third is not easy, especially against that team. And we just found a way. It's something that we've done all year is find ways to win, and that one just feels extra special.
Michigan becomes the first home team to win in the rivalry this year after the teams split their first 2 matchups earlier this season, both winning on each other's ice. This is it for the true home games in this rivalry, as tomorrow night is the duel in the D at Little Caesars Arena, as MSU looks to salvage a split and Michigan looks to win the season series. Reporting from Yost Ice Arena, I'm Tyler Driesinga, 6 Sports.
Thank you, Tyler. What a game that was. We'll move into high school hoops now. Our big high school game of the night was a no-brainer. Undefeated East Lansing was looking to remain perfect and traveled to Waverly.
Yeah, Ian, East Lansing took down the Warriors back in December, winning 74-62. And since Waverly lost that game, they've won 7 of their last 10 games. And we're certainly looking to avenge that loss from back in December. And tonight, the Trojans were also without junior starter Kingston Thomas. So we pick up at the end of the second quarter, final 6 seconds. KJ Torbert gets the buzzer beater off, and he ties things at 34 apiece with that buzzer beater heading into the half. Third quarter, Waverly's got it. DJ Pope finds Kaden Ali, who buries the 3, and the Warriors go up 42-41. Later, KJ Torbert goes out wide to Tyree Anthony, who buries the 3. EL goes up by 5 heading into the fourth quarter. Next, it's DQ Stewart working inside. Quick little give and go right back to him, and he gets the 2-handed slam. EL goes up 9. Then it's Kellen Lott who finds his guy. Torbert's got it. Trojans starting to pull away. They lead by 13. Waverly starting to press, trying to get a stop here. Somehow chaos. Torbert gets it inside. Little hesitation, gets the bucket and the foul. He went on to have 38 points on the night, and East Lansing goes on to take down their crosstown rivals 81-64 and win their 40th game in a row.
We had a lot of guys step. Obviously, we had a player down, but guys, Kellen Lott, Cyree, Henry Peck, those guys made plays. Aquarius Stewart and KJ, they do what they do, but even our subs came in and gave us some energy. So I'm proud of my guys, but guess what? We got another ball game tomorrow, so we got to soak this in and just get ready for tomorrow.
Them our crosstown rivals, so anytime we play them, it's always going to be a good game with them. We can rely on anybody on the team to come up and make big plays for us, so that's what we got to do.
Good win for them. Moving to Lansing Everett. The Vikings welcomed in Holt, and both teams were looking to get back in the win column, and Everett is still searching for their first conference win of the season. First quarter, Preston Williams driving in, finds Marion May, who pulls up the three, and he's got it, and he's certainly feeling it. Everett goes up 4. Later, everyone's feeling it. Preston Williams, deep 3. He's got it. Everett's just on one from this moment on, but Michael Amory, he's going to take it all the way himself, misses his own shot, gets his own rebound, and gives Holt the 1-point lead. Then it's Christian Davis working inside, goes out wide to Williams. How about another big 3 from him? Last 40 seconds of the first quarter, Amory again takes it all the way to the house. Holt leads 16-14 after the first, but they pull away and went on to win it big, 81-56.
All right, good win for the Rams. Well, it's time for our first break of the night, and when we come back, we'll check in on the CAAC White.
Yeah, Lansing Sexton traveled to Lakewood, and they had a chance to win the conference outright. We'll have those highlights when we come back.
Plus, both Palmer Western boys and girls were taking on Portland tonight, and one coach was after a major milestone. That's next on the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. Welcome back. In the CAAC White, on Tuesday, Lansing Sexton clinched at least a share of the conference title and had a chance to win it outright tonight with a win over Lakewood. Yeah, and it'd be the second time in 3 years that the J-Dubs have won the conference championship outright. Big day for Lansing Sexton standout Keyshawn Somerville, who signed an NIL deal with Eastside Fish Fry of Lansing today. A little fun fact for you. In the early going into this game, Carmine Henderson rises up for the dunk to increase the J-Dubs lead. Lakewood would create some momentum just before the end of the first quarter. Sophomore Skylar Oberlin knocks down the 3 just before the buzzer, cutting the deficit to 24. Lansing Sexton was just too quick and too good tonight. Somerville with the turnover. Marquise Murray goes with a sick cross-court pass to Kavion KJ Brown, growing that lead. And the sick passes weren't done yet for the J-Dubs. Brown with a bounce pass to Terrion Skipwith for the smooth lay-in. Then it's going to be Marquise Murray finding his brother Mario Murray wide open behind the arc for 3. Lansing Sexton rolls to an 82-40 victory and wins the CAAC White outright. Well, Palmer Western made a trip to Portland tonight, and the Raiders were looking for a very special win for head coach Luke Pohl. More on that in a minute. First quarter, Ethan Castle receives a pass from Tage Verk and drains a wide-open 3 to give Portland an early 2-point lead. Then in the second, Palmer Western's Chance Pangborn drives into the paint, gets the floater to go, cutting the Portland lead to 1. On the other end, Carter White is going to hit a step-back 3, helping the Raiders take a 23-12 lead at halftime. White would continue to play well in the second half. He takes it to the hoop and extends the lead to 14. Then off a miss in the fourth quarter. White going to be there for the putback score. Portland goes on to win 44-31, giving head coach Luke Pohl his 500th career victory. He's been coaching at this level since 1995-96 season, and he's been at Pewamo Westphalia and now Portland.
Means a lot, but what it really means, it's the kids that I had the opportunity to coach, you know, the relationships, and I was just going with them. You know, those are the guys that won the games for me and stuff, and it's, you know, I just don't know what to say. I mean, I love those kids, and I love the kids from Portland, and I don't think it could have happened any better.
Well, an exciting night for Coach Pull, and also an action where the girls teams of Portland and Parma Western. The Raiders were rolling for them at the start on senior night. Lily Thalen drives in, gets the tough layup to go. She gives Portland a 28-18 lead. Then the Panthers would crawl back out of halftime, though. Bria Frosch dishes it to Callie Spitzer, who buries the corner three. Portland cuts the lead to 1. Late third quarter, Thalen finds Summer Stropczynski, who drives and finishes at the rim for 2 of her 27 points. The Raiders would close it out in the fourth quarter, though. Aaliyah Robertson finds Stropczynski on the block for the easy score, giving Portland an 8-point lead, and the Raiders win it on the road, 67-54.
As for some other scores around the area, Mason took down Fowlerville 63-46, and because of it, the Bulldogs clinch at least a share of the CAAC Red title. We had New Lothrop over at Elsie there, but we could not find that score tonight, so that's just how it goes sometimes. Well, tomorrow is going to be a big day for Michigan State athletics. On top of the hockey game at LCA, the men's basketball team is in action.
Yeah, the Spartans will be taking on number 5 Illinois in a top 10 matchup at the Breslin Center. Tom Izzo held a press conference today to give an update on his team, including Divine Ugochukwu, who got hurt on Wednesday at Minnesota. That's all next on the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter.
Welcome back. After suffering back-to-back losses for the first time this season, things aren't getting any easier for the Michigan State basketball team.
No, they certainly aren't. Not only do they take on 5th-ranked Illinois tomorrow, but the Spartans will also be without guard Divine Ugochukwu for the remainder of the season. Tom Izzo confirmed the news at the press conference today and says Ugochukwu will have surgery next week. The injury occurred in the first half of Wednesday's loss to Minnesota. The sophomore transfer from Miami started 12 games for the Spartans this season. Izzo says he feels for Ugochukwu, but he remains confident others will step up down the stretch.
Divine had to get better and was getting better, and that's what's happened with most of these guys that come off of being with another team or learning the new things. It takes a while, it takes half a year, and he was playing a little better and starting to learn what we do, and it's a shame for him and for us. But, you know, I have enough guards that might have to play a little different, but I will. I'm not. That's not going to be the reason we win or lose games, if you ask me. We have to get our key guys playing well.
Well, Izzo also said today he's still wrestling with what to do as it relates to Jeremy Fears Jr. Izzo had floated the idea of benching him after a technical he got in the loss to Minnesota. The play came on the heels of a few controversial plays in the game before against Michigan, which had become national news after Dusty May called them out in a press conference on Monday. Izzo had made his disappointment with Fears clear, but he's also taking exception with people saying Fears is out to hurt someone.
Did not like the backward kick, okay? He was pushed, he did that. Sometimes those are reactionary, sometimes, you know, did I talk to him enough? And then, so the next day I had a come to Jesus meeting with him again, and I think for the time I was with him, I think he understands what's going on. You know, when you look at a kid and you make decisions on your own kids or somebody else, you have to look at the whole picture. Words were used of trying to hurt somebody in that. If I thought that, and most of you know me pretty well, he wouldn't be even here.
I will say, for what it's worth, every time we interview Jeremy, he is always very nice and able to answer our questions.
Yes, he certainly is.
So we, of course, will have coverage of that game tomorrow night at the Breslin, as well as the game at Little Caesars Arena. So it should be a fun Saturday.
Yeah, it's a big weekend for Michigan State athletics, hockey especially, looking to get one back against Michigan tomorrow.
That's right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.